Good afternoon, traders. Sasha here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the support and resistance. As I always mention, there are three things we are looking when we are planning to trade. I'm going to go over all three things today and how to actually spot a good areas for trading. So let's get started. Quick disclaimer that this is just how I see the markets. This is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any securities. What is support and resistance, and why is it so important for us to find the right spot? It's like a sniper gun that actually finds the perfect spot and then waits. And trading is one of those games that it's all about patience, and patience is the profitable way of doing anything in the market. So just like a sniper gun, we would have to find a proper position and then wait for our opportunity or our signal to show up at that area, and then go from there and place our trades. So let's get started with the support and resistance and why is it so important. I'm going to start today with the basics, what I teach. When you open the chart like this is a basic blank chart. There's nothing on it. I can explain what we see on the picture right now here, and on the bottom here, these are economic developments or announcements that are happening here. Most of the traders, they're doing fundamental trading. They're looking at these kind of stuff. My system for trading is technical trading. All I look at is the charts, and I make decisions based on what the charts are showing us. So when we see something like this is a basic chart. We are looking at the Royal Bank of Canada today, and first thing I'm looking from left. So this is left, okay, to right. I'm looking where the market is going. And if we look at it here, forget about all these ups and downs. Just if you look at it here like this, right, we can see the market is going to the upside. All right. We can see from left to right, we can see that the market is going in a bullish direction. We can definitely see that the market is moving there. Yes, we have these ups and downs here, and that's fine. But overall, when you look at from the left to right, from 2016 to 2021, we can see the market has been rising. There were a couple of these, ups and downs, and I'm going to explain why this is very important for us to know. But the first thing we look is direction of the trend. So we found the trend of this chart, and we know the market is moving in a positive direction or bullish direction. We are starting with the monthly chart. This is the monthly chart here. Reason why I'm starting with the monthly chart: once a month, you should look at this kind of chart to make decisions based on where the market could be going from there. That's number one thing. All right, so we're going to start the month. Let's say 1st of May. We're going to look at the monthly chart here and see how the candle closes. Okay, every single one of these candles here on the chart represents 1 month of trading. So this candle here represents 1 month of trading. This is 1 month of trading. All right, and based on these kind of trading decisions that the market is showing us on the chart, we can make a decision of how to proceed as far as trading. So number one is the trend. Okay, so this is a trend. Number two, we're looking for support and resistance. To find the support resistance, what I do basically, this is a monthly chart still. Okay, I squeeze the chart. Like I squeeze the chart to see how far it's going, and as far as I can see here, it's all empty here, so I have nothing else. I have nothing here to lean on. I don't have any data past this point here, so this is as far as my chart goes, and that's totally fine. We don't need that much data. What we need is the most recent data, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, so the second thing we're looking for is the support and resistance, and as we can see, the most important levels on the chart are these peaks and valleys. So this is a peak, this is a valley, this is a peak, this is a valley. All right, so if I just put the cursor on top of this candle here, okay, take a look what happens on the right side of the chart. Take a look where the market is going on the right side of the chart. As you can see, market is respecting this level very, very much. Okay, so it's 108.59. So what I'm going to do basically is here, and I'm going to mark this chart, mark this candle here. So after this move here, the highest point that I can see when the market started going from this bottom, it stopped here, okay, and then it pulled back. All right, if I put my cursor right here, okay, we can see that this candle here and this candle here, they pretty much match with this one here. And if we put it like this here, we can see that the market, this would be a good support level, okay? And the reason why I'm not marking these two, because this candle stopped here, this candle stopped here, this candle stopped here, this candle stopped here. So we can, and this one here too, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, we were stuck at this level here, which is 90.72. Are we seeing this whole point? Okay, so the most important parts to mark on the chart is these highest and the lowest peaks, all right? We can see that the market is making a good move and then it stops and it falls down. Yes, this is a support too, and it will match here, this one here too. So if we want to mark this one, that's fine. You can do that too as well. It's not a problem. The only thing is, more lines you put on the chart when you go on the lower time frames, it's going to be more confusing because you're going to have so many lines all over the place. So basically, the most important line or most important support and resistance levels are the ones that are closest to the price, where the price is trading at the moment, okay? So if we look where the price is, and the price is right here, this is the latest candle that's developing here. This is the April candle. It opened on April 1st, 2021. So this is the candle that's still being developed, and it's going to finish on April 31st, I think, or 30th, something like that. The price is located right here. So we can see also this line here, okay, and that represents where the price is right now. So 116.59, this is where it is, and this candle will finish, if you can see here underneath, it says 4 days and 21 hours from now. So this candle will close in 4 days and 21 hours from now, and then we'll know what kind of shape this candle is going to take, okay? So now we have two things. We know that the market is moving from left to right in a bullish direction, okay? We found after this move here, okay, the highest high that was made was here, okay, and the market stopped here. This level here at the moment is not important to us because it's not even close to the price. So it's good to know, and it's good for you to practice, you know, how to find these levels. But at the moment, we are not going to focus on this one here. We are going to be focusing on this one, the 108.47 level. And the reason why, because market stopped here and then bounced down, okay, and this was the bounce, okay, and then he went up and stopped here, very much shy from that 108.47, and came down and went up and stopped here again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months almost of trading is worth in these 6 candles here, and the market was not able to break out. It broke a little bit with this wick here, but nothing else, no bodies closed on the other side. So this resistance is actually very, very valid resistance. Then the market fell, and as it was climbing up, when it passed this 90.72, it came down here, bounced off of it because we know that this support level was really strong, and then continued on. And where do we stop? Well, surprise, surprise, 108.47, 1, 2, 3, 4 months in a row. 4 months in a row. This here is 4 months in a row trading with the price not being able to close on the other side. So now we are figuring out, like, you know, okay, so now we know that this level here is very, very important. Then what we have? Well, we had a breakout. We had a breakout on the other side. This candle broke and closed the price above this level here. Finally, 108 was broken and the market moved on. All right, that's what we are waiting for. Even if the candle looks like this, okay, as long as the top of the body, like this is the body of the candle, this is the body of the candle, these little lines here, those are called wicks. This is more important than the wicks as far as the power of the trading goes. So the bodies, we look at the bodies of the candles, to understand how strong the market is. Okay, if we would have something like this, then we know that market is equalized. There's no bulls stronger or bears stronger. There's just basically two lines in this kind of a candle. It's called doji. Okay, so it's indecision candle. It's giving us a lot of information about the market is not decided where to go. And then we have something like this, which is called an engulfing candle that actually had, let's say previously candle was like this. Okay, basically engulfs the full body or full candle from before. Okay, and that's called an engulfing candle. Okay, so this is an engulfing candle, as let's say the market was falling down like this, falling down. Okay, and then the last candle here got covered by this one here, and that's called engulfing candle. Okay, so the market moved on, broke above that level here. Okay, so what we're expecting for the market to do, basically when it happens like that, we expect it to go to the certain level. And if we have a history here to fall on, like these ones, these peaks here, okay, we would know how far the market can go. But in this case, we don't have that. All right, so that could be a kind of a tricky thing that can happen. And basically, in many cases, market, if it's undecided how far it can go, it will do something like this. It will break out and it will pull back right underneath that price again and form the candle and close the price below. So basically, this will be called something like a fake out. Basically, the market just breaks out, pulls the traders in, and then just to drop below the level and start trading again sideways, going anywhere. All right, so now we found the resistance. That's most important because it's closest to the price. Let me clear this again, and then we can move on. So this resistance here, we know it's very strong because it bounced so many times. The market was not able to break onto the other side. And finally have a full candle or full body above. Price basically closed above this level, and that's very important. Okay, the whole month of March, the Royal Bank stock was trading above this 108.47 level, and that means the bulls were fully in control. Okay, this was the highest point. The highest point of this candle here was right there where I put that line. Okay, since we have nothing to rely or to lean on from the past, there's no candles here, we don't have any peaks or anything like that, we have to rely for what we have on the chart at the moment. All right, so what we have on the chart at the moment, we have this candle that was a fully bullish candle right on the other side that created this high. All right, after the high was created, the market moved on. It went into April and it tried to break above. As you can see, a piece of this little of this wick is a little bit above that high from this candle here, but unfortunately price is not closing above. Price is actually falling down into this candle here. All right, so that is giving us a very good indication that the market is slowing down. All right, it's actually forming a pin bar, a little pin bar, not strong pin bar that is going to tell you like, oh, okay, now it's time to sell, but it's telling you that the market is slowing down. So if we have nothing in a history to rely on, but we have a candle like this, okay, then we rely on the candle's high. This is the highest part of the candle. All right, we rely on that for the market, let's say, to when it moves on to close the price above and then close the price above. Okay, but in this case it's not closing the price above. It's actually bears are pushing the price down, and the reason for that is basically market is above a trading level that used to be very strong. At this point of time, we will not judge this candle here because we don't know how this candle is going to close. All right, let me just close so you can see it. All right, so as we can see, it's forming this little pin bar here. This is becoming slowly a pin bar. Okay, it is not a pin bar yet. Okay, it's not a pin bar yet because the month is not closed. We still have 4 days and 21 hours in order for this candle to close, and it can definitely close above this level here, and if it does, then the market is going to move on still into different direction. However, we are going to have this higher high. This is going to be a higher high right there. So this one is not going to be significant anymore. This one is going to be more significant for us to look. So if after this, let's say we get something like this market in May, let's say in April it finishes here. In May we have this kind of attempt to go higher than that, but the price closes below that. This is giving us definite indication that the market is ready to pull back, and traders are ready to take some profits. Okay, so taking a $10 profit off the stock is a huge amount for any stock. And this is why we don't make decisions until the market actually closes. Oh, sorry, pardon me, until the candle closes. So we have about 4 days, 21 hours. Okay, so what did we learn here? We have a direction of the trend. We found this resistance level, but because the market broke above that level, now this resistance, previous resistance, now it's going to turn support. If the market, I'm saying if because I don't know yet, because the candle is not closed, so I can't judge anything. But if the market closes here the way it is right now as a pin bar, and the traders start taking profit, they could pull down the price of the markets back to 108, which I would really prefer. And when the market comes down to here, we know this is a very, very strong, it used to be a resistance, now it's going to be a very strong support. So what I would expect to see at this level here is the signal to develop around that level here. Okay, so either something like that or something like a bullish candle, okay, that will close something like that. All right, and then they would give me a certain indication for the market that market is going to move on into a positive direction. Okay, so this is how we analyze stuff. So we have a trend, we have resistance now turning support, and all we are waiting for now for the market to give us some kind of a direction. Okay, at this point of time we have no direction at all. We are right here. The bulls are in control still. They're slowly backing off. You know, people are trying to take profits. You know, it may be not going to come all the way to 108.47, but I would like it to come back here and retest this level. And if this level gives us a nice signal, which is number 3, so this is number 2 for resistance, number 1 for trend, and number 3 is a signal. And if we have 1, 2, and 3, all 3 things come together, we have a trade, guys. We have a trade. Okay, switch now to weekly chart. We mark this level here on the monthly chart. We know that this is a very important level. Okay, we can see that this level was, market peaked and just pulled back, market peaked and again pulled back and stopped here, and then finally broke out on the other side. And now we went there, and now we are developing this. This is on a weekly chart. We started going sideways. Okay, you can see here. Okay, if I enlarge the market. Okay, so we broke out here. So breakout happened here, and bulls were definitely in control up until this and the end of this candle here. Okay, definitely in control. All right. And then what we get here? Well, we get this indecision candle. This is a doji, as I talked about. All right, this is a doji. Doesn't do anything, okay, but it made a little higher, right? This higher than this one here, all right. And then we have an inside bar, which is telling us that's even more indecision because none of these, this candle was not able to break above. This candle was not able to break above. If I extend this a little bit here like that, we can see that just a wick went through it, but you know, it stayed inside here. So nothing happened there. Another inside bar, and then we had this fake out. Okay, this is that kind of a fake out because we don't know how far the market can go, how far the traders will take it, because all we have to rely on is the recent price action, which is right here. Okay, so we know the trend is to the upside. We know that a huge resistance support level is located at 108.47, and we know that the market only went up to here, and now we are just kind of going sideways. We are not doing anything here, so we are basically in this kind of a sideways move. All right, I'm going to switch now to daily chart to show you what's going on the daily chart, and you can see exactly the same stuff, what's happening here on the daily chart. So we had a breakout above this level. This level stays the same, like, you know, on all the charts. Once you mark it on the monthly chart, you can just leave it the way it is. Okay, and then the market moved on. All right, and we had this. Okay, let's take a look at here. I'm gonna just pull this because this is the last time the market made a high. This was a high. This was the highest high that a bullish move made. All right, right there. After that, market fell a little bit, and we found this kind of a little bottom. So I'm going to mark that. Okay, this is what we have on the daily chart. Now, you can see this consolidation I was telling you about in the weekly chart. So the market came to the top and made a bottom. All right, so we mark the top, mark the bottom, and see what the market is going to do. Okay, and we came to this. This was a bullish candle. Only wick went through it. Okay, and just came down. All right, so the market came down again. Maybe not all the way to the bottom, but it's okay. That's fine. All right, we still know that this consolidation is happening. Okay, and then we went up again. We had another attempt here. This was another attempt of market to break out. Look where the candle stops. Look where the body stops. Right on that line that I marked because of this candle here. This was the first time that the market stopped after this huge move. All right, so this is the third attempt. So we had 1, 2, 3 attempts to break that level. So 117.24 is still slowly turning to be a huge resistance. All right. Then on the fourth attempt, we had the market break out and close the price above. Okay, good, bullish move, bullish markets. Perfect. Okay, we have an inside bar that's indecision, and once the top of this candle here that broke out was broken, the top was broken because we had an inside bar, market was supposed to move on into the direction. The problem with this kind of stuff is not knowing where and how far the market can go, because we don't have any history to fall on, right? So what happened basically, we got this a little fake out here. So what happened, we came to this point here, and then the market just dropped right away back into this consolidation here between this support and this resistance. All right, surprise, surprise, where do we stop? Okay, 115.16. We marked that for the first time right here, as you can see it here. And the market stops exactly at the same level right there. Okay, and then we tested it again, and the market is kind of moving again slowly to 117.24. So which means that we're still in this consolidation. We are not moving anywhere else. Okay, so until the market fully breaks out here, pulls back, give us a clear signal that's going to move on, then we can buy in again on 117.24, or if it breaks here, pulls back, retest this area here, give us the opposite signal that is going to move down. Okay, so now on the daily chart we can see that this level here, okay, which is about $113 around there, okay, could be a problem for the market to come down all the way to 108.47. So we could see a bounce, probably maybe around 113 on a daily chart. And if we do see nice signal here, and it confirms that this is actually a support area, then we can buy into this market from there. Okay, what I would prefer is the market to come down to here 108.47 and give us a nice clear signal here, because we know that super strong support is waiting here at 108.47. So this is how you analyze the market. You can see how these things are actually coming together and how you would actually be able to, so just like a sniper gun, you would find a position. So you would find this levels of support and resistance, okay, something that's very, very close to the price. Second thing, we have to know that where the market is going. We have to have some kind of a trend. We know definitely that on Rail Bank we are going in a positive direction, okay. And the third thing, and basically which means like a pulling the trigger, is the signal. We have to get a signal, and once we get a signal, we can pull the trigger and go into a certain direction, whatever you're preferring to do, like buy or sell. So this is how I see Royal Bank right now, and this is how you should be analyzing every single market from now on. On the TD Bank, we had this same situation here on the monthly charts. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4 times, market was on that level here. But since this was the highest here, I'm going to move the chart here, because this was the highest point. Well, we have a direction. Okay, if we look from left to right, we can see the market is going into that direction. We can see that this was the highest final peak that finally got broken here with this candle right here. This candle here broke out of that level, and that was the level of 80.08. Okay, now I'm going to go on a lower time frame. So we marked this level here, or 80.02, on a monthly chart, and we can see as the market was rising, he came to that level and then he just backed off right there, and that was on the 24th of February, 21st, and it finally broke out with this candle here onto the other side. Okay, so we have a breakout to the positive again over 80.02, which was the very significant resistance level on the monthly chart. I lower my chart just for the entry purposes and to show you the signal, what happens basically on these kind of levels. So we know that we marked this level 80.02 on the monthly chart. We marked it on the monthly chart. We knew that this is going to be a very huge resistance, and then we were all like a good sniper gun. We were just waiting here at this level here to get our bullseye, right? This was our bullseye basically, and we are just waiting for the market to do something at this level here. And that's what happened here. So when we saw on a daily chart that the market was slowly breaking onto the other side, we saw that on a daily chart, the market started moving on the other side. We can switch then on a smaller time frame. This is a 15-minute chart, okay, and see what if we can get a clear signal to get into a trade. So in order to pull the trigger, so we had this candle that broke out and close on the other side. We can see the price is closed now fully on the other side, okay? The second candle here that develops right away, it's an inside bar, okay? And it comes very close to this 80.02. Basically, it's retesting the price, all right? So how do we trade this? Okay, so when we have a breakout with an inside bar, all we need to do is to see the price break the top of this candle here. Okay, once the top was broken with this candle here, okay, as you can see here, this was broken with that one, okay, we had an entry. So this was your entry, and the market moves on from there, okay, and this is how you trade. So this is that bullseye that we're waiting for. This is the signal we are waiting for, okay. It doesn't have to be a pin bar. I would love that, because what that means is that the price is closed on the other side. This wick shows me that the market rejected this level here. It's not letting bears to close the price below anymore. The bulls are fully in control and the market moves on. Again, once the top of this candle is broken, if you have something like that, this is your trigger to go long. We can also have this kind of a breakouts, okay, when the candle breaks out, fully closes the price on the other side. We have an inside bar, which is an indecision, and then once the top of this candle here is broken, the one that's basically engulfing this candle after that, because this one is an inside bar, once the top is broken, we have a signal to move on into direction of the trend. Basically, we are buying in right here at this level here, and this is the lowest you can get. This is the best price you can get in order to be 90% sure that market is going to go into your direction, okay? So that's how we look for the triggers, okay? So this is how we pull that trigger on the gun. This is how the trading is done. This is how you jump into the trade and move on with there, okay? Somebody asked me before, if we enter on this chart, let's say 15 minutes, no, your entry was actually on a daily chart. You saw the market was moving on the daily chart above this level, okay? All you're looking for is the clear signal that the market is going to close the price on the other side, and you get something like this, like an inside bar, or you get a pin bar that actually retests this level, and then right after that, you can jump into the trade. This is the way you are basically pulling the trigger after that. You can, after this, after getting into this trade, you can basically go back to the daily chart and stick to the daily chart, but your entry will be on a 15 because that's where the signal was, okay? You can see on the daily chart that this was the candle, so basically we took the trade around there, around that 80.17 on a 15-minute chart, and the market just took off from there, okay? So what do we have right now? Well, we have this, okay? We had this highest level here, which was right there, okay? The market moved and stopped right there, okay? We also have this support level here, all right? If I move it right here a little bit, there we go. Let's mark it, okay? So we had this similar to Royal Bank. We had this, we had the top, and then we had one attempt 2, 3 attempts to break out, nothing, market pulled back. We are basically in this consolidation level, okay? And the market tried again, once again, with this candle here. It wasn't able to break out. You can only see the wicks on the other side, and the market pulled back. And then now we have a clear indication here on the daily chart that the market is moving on into positive. Again, we have a close of the price on the other side with this candle here, okay? So what we are waiting for basically is for something to give us an either inside bar here or a retest here of this level and signal to move on, okay? We can also look for that signal on a 15 or 30 minutes or 1 hour chart. Let's take a look if we have anything right there. 5-minute chart, and there we go, okay? So we had a breakout right there. Market came to this point here, came down here, and gave us this beautiful pin bar here that which actually rejected this level here. Take a look. This is on a 5-minute chart. This is also a pattern. I'm gonna teach you. This is a morning star. It's also a morning star. So it's a 3 candle pattern, which we have like a bearish move to the downside. Then we have a pin bar, and then we have a bullish candle right away going in the opposite direction. And this is that pin bar that gets you into a trade, or you can react onto this whole pattern here, like this 1, 2, and 3. So this is number 1 candle, number 2, number 3, and this is called the morning star. And then after the top of this is broken, the market is moving to the upside again, and you're buying in on this level here, okay? Or if you wanted to buy it earlier, after this retest with this little candle here, let me just enlarge it here so you can see it. All right, so see the level here, 83.65. We marked it on a daily chart, and this is your entry candle. This is your pin bar. The body of the pin bar is within the body of the previous candle, okay? And the wick is showing us that the market went down, retested this level, rejected it, so the bears are not in control. They can't close the price below. The market pulled back, and then right after that, once the top of this pin bar was broken, your entry was right here on that price, and it's 83, around 83.70, and right now we are at 83.99. These stocks don't move that fast, so but this was a great entry here on the 5-minute chart. And where did we find this kind of a trade? Well, we saw that the market was breaking out on a daily chart. So that's how you find the entrance. This is how you refine the entry. We know the market is bullish. We know that this was a resistance. Not a strong resistance, but it was a resistance, definitely. And then the market broke out, pulled back, retested that level. This was the retest. And move on. And this is how you buy in, rebuy into the market. Okay, we buy in on the signals. This is your trigger, guys. This is the trigger. Okay. All right, moving on. This is a very interesting stock here. We are looking at the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust on a monthly chart. What we can see here, again, when we squeeze the chart, we can see that this was a huge peak here. The market came to this 38.73 level. From there on, market just broke out. Okay, so let's move down to, so we marked this resistance on this chart, and the market broke out. Okay, so now we're going to go down to daily chart. Take a look what happened here. This is that same line here at 38.73.73. Okay, we can see the market broke out here, came down, created this pin bar. You could buy in on this one here, came down again, came down again, came down here. Look how far this candle comes. Okay, so we can see the bounce here. This is what we marked on the monthly chart. This is how the market respects these kind of levels. Okay, we can see the body of this candle open right above that level. Okay, we can see the little wick here. Attempted to break below it, and then just the market took off here. So this kind of a candle bouncing off of this 38.73 is very, very interesting for us to see. So we are like a sniper. We're just waiting for that entry level. And what we're gonna get it? We're gonna get it on 4-hour chart. Take a look. Take a look what happens on the 4-hour chart. We were coming down. We have an inside bar. This is an inside bar. This is a bearish bar. This is an inside bar. And then we have an engulfing bar here. engulfs the previous little inside bar, and the market is taken off. Okay, and that's your signal. So this is the bearish candle. This is the inside bar. You can take a look here. Okay, you can see that this little one here is an inside bar, and then we have a bounce here, rejection first of all, and then the market creates this beautiful engulfing candle here that engulfs this previous candle, this little bar, and then the top of the candle was broken and the market is going back into positive. And that's how it's done. This is the signal, guys. This is the signal here. That's what we are waiting for. Somebody asked me to look at the Enbridge. We always look at for the resistance that's closest to the price here, and we can see the price is right there here. Okay, so if I enlarge this, we can see the market stalled once here. Okay, we can see the market was stalling here before. Okay, we can see the market was rejecting here as support. Okay, and now we are again at the same level here. And what is interesting for us, well, this we are waiting for the bullseye here, and this is the bullseye that we're waiting for. And we can see on the daily chart that we had a breakout. The market closed on the other side, nothing, came down. We closed on the other side again, came down here. So this 46.73 area is actually very, very important. What I'm going to do, if you take a look at here, the top of this candle and top of this candle, actually they're matched. So I'm just going to kind of adjust this resistance level, because we can see that the market is actually stalling here at 46.96. What I'm waiting for the market to do is basically this. Let me just scale it down a little bit. Okay, so what I want market to do is this. I need market to break out on the other side. I need market to break this 46.96 area. We're looking at the daily chart, and once we break out here, once we see the breakout here, we can look either for the signal right away to buy in, or we can wait for the market to come down here to this area here and give us a clear signal that this area is actually a good support for us to buy in, and then we can continue on to, I think it's $51. That's the next next resistance area, until I see the breakout out of these two areas. Okay, or this area, this 46.96. We are basically struggling in this consolidation. This is a consolidation here. We can see the consolidation here. Nothing's happening until the breakout on the other side. So, and this is what I see right now on Enbridge. 46.96 area here has to be broken in order for the market to move on into a positive direction. That's it for me. I thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned something new today. This was a very educational video to show you exactly how the trading is done. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for clicking that like button, and I'll talk to you soon, most probably tomorrow, for the new video for the week. Thank you. This is Sasha, and peace out.